I've just parked up with Earl and we're going to have a nice walk in the park. I've got some shopping to do today. I'm going to head over, I think, to a shopping precinct that I don't normally go to. So I'm not sure what's there, but I'm just going to have a look around for some of the things that are on my list to get for myself, baby and house. It feels like ages since I've spoken to you guys. I've been doing lots of videoing, but it's more that I need to get the content together so that when there is enough progress to put together for a video, I've got all the footage there to show you guys. It's definitely slow going with this house. I think I knew that it always would be. It's just, I'm just keen to just have those wow moments where I really feel like there's loads of progress being made. There's lots of things for you guys to share. At the moment, it's looking at the things that we can do whilst we're waiting on all of the processes that take a little bit of time. I know I keep mentioning this. We're looking at the electrical assessment this week and also mechanical stuff. We've got things going on with the kind of security systems and surveillance and that kind of thing, which it works pretty well for the building, to be fair. It's just that it can be tweaked, I think, just to suit our lifestyle a little bit more, just so that it's working perfectly for us. And yeah, it's kind of the bits like that, which I quite like because I'm a little bit geeky, but it just means that there isn't a huge amount of pretty things to video. But I think I'm going to start with the gardening to the front. It needs a lot of clearing. We need to understand what we want to do in terms of architectural shrubbery, if there's wildflowers and kind of more informal areas that we like, and also the lighting design for the building, just to kind of celebrate it a little bit more. We just don't think it makes the most of it at the moment. And also the entrance design, the sense of arrival, I think we could celebrate a lot more, and I think it's a little bit underwhelming for the stature of the building. So I'm enjoying getting stuck into the research for that. It's going to look amazing when it's done, but I need to look at paint colours and I need to look at wattage and voltage of lights and just see how many we think we need. Also sourcing some huge planters, which is a job in itself. So there's loads of exciting things going on. I think it's important that I just focus on one area, because to look at the thing overall, it's just way too big and there's so much research that needs to go into everything. I just want to make sure that I do a really good job of each little bit. So we are going to head off for our walk, and I just thought I'd do some vlogging this week and you guys can come with me. How cool is this hat, by the way? Well, what a lovely day. I've just been to pick Darren up. We've still got the dog with us because he just has to come everywhere. We actually need some nice weather. We're on community leaf clearing up duty, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's not a formal thing. It's just something that we've decided to do because we live in, a really busy city and there isn't any provision for clearing up all the leaves and things. So just because it's getting a bit unsafe for anyone who's not very steady on their feet. So we figured we'd just do our bit and get stuck into some leaf clearing. I'm looking forward to it actually, because I'm used to working outdoors when I do shoots and things in the warmer weather, and I really do miss it when the weather's cold. So it'll be nice to get out and do things. So I think we'll pick up some gardening bits today. We're just getting them gradually. We keep walking through the city with pitchforks and spades and things, so it'll be nice to have the car just to put some gardening stuff in rather than having to carry it all home, because we've decided to walk the dog. But first, I think coffee, and then we can hatch a plan of attack. I'm back with rather an unflattering angle, but I'd read the reviews for the bracket that I had on the window before, and some people said it could be a little bit shaky, so I thought I'll mix it up with some unflattering but stable imagery for you guys in case you're feeling like you're on the inside of a washing machine. So we've just been in and got coffee. We went into the queue, which you always seem to get a better coffee if you avoid the drive-through and go to the queue service inside. And I'm quite precious about coffee because you don't get much when you're pregnant. So we've picked up coffee just so that we can enjoy the journey over to where the shops are. It takes forever to get anywhere in the city, so getting a good coffee, it definitely helps. So we'll go and see what we can hunt down. These aren't the right style, but I'm so impressed that they've got gigantic things in. A little bit hopeful. Look at these, Darren. Not the right style, but we've definitely got scale, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, these are quite nice.
It's very wide enough, but it's very flat.
Yeah.
It's not deep enough, as I'm trying to get out.
Short and fat.
Short and fat, exactly.
It's like a Richmond sausage.
Is that a Richmond or a rich man?
That's what got me into this.
Are you thinking more of a darker planter or lighter?
Yeah,
What are you
darker,
thinking? Darker, yeah.
Yeah. To be like.
Needs to be wider, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The height's good.
Yeah. These ones are nice for in the garden, you know, to get them to match.
Yeah.
I think once we've found our oversized pot, we're really going to struggle to get the right size of plant. First things first though. Just trying to persuade Darren not to buy a Toronto hot tub.
I don't know.
Because we don't have any hot water, so we're thinking, let's just spend £8 on a hot tub.
Keep it warm. Keep it warm. Plenty of power jets as well.
I might just sleep in there. Does it pretty good, doesn't it? I might buy him a budget option. You only fill it with cold water though. Just starting a little bit of research on flooring colours. We're not quite sure what tone we'll need yet. We've got several rooms that we need to consider and whether we're doing it all to match or whether they'll have their own identity. So it's good to make a start as early as possible. I think given that this is one of the biggest DIY stores that we can find to go to, what they've got on the shelf, it just doesn't have the right tone, and I'm particularly fussy about the entrance and the arrival to this place. So I think we've decided that we will get some mix, and actually in terms of price comparison, it's very, very similar. This is what I love about dedicated paint areas within DIY stores. I absolutely love the way the colour is all laid out in different tones and hues. I have in my mind's eye exactly what I want, but I just can't find it off the shelf. So this is just really exciting to know that I can just pick whatever tone I've got in my mind. Darren went off to find a colour, I went off to find a colour, and we're pretty close.
Mine's slightly better.
Yours is always going to be better, isn't it? We're still going with mine though. On to another shop. Oh, hi. Our strategy now is to just pop into random shops that we think might nail the brief without much more research, but I just don't think we're going to get the size in here. Still cool having a look around though. Actually found a couple of strong contenders. These are much bigger in real life. Probably about 55 to 60 centimetres. We're just wondering whether it will limit our plant choices. So we're going to keep it on radar, but definitely a strong contender. Darren's bringing all the pots. What do you guys think? I think it's just a little bit too strong for me. Yeah, it's a no for me.
What's in next to it? There you
Hi. He's actually quite cute.
go. A veil on the other side.
These ones, I think Wilko's have the best price garden stuff, even better than Amazon. We're just running into the supermarket to get some food really quickly on the way home, purely because it's such a busy week and I absolutely hate it when you start running out of things and you're in a panic to get to the shops. So I'm just going to get organised and get in there early. Shop number 2, they didn't have everything in the last shop, so we're in another shop and home a lot later than I'd like to be because it means we're working really late, but hey ho, keep the list ticking going. Where are we going? Got home to a ton of deliveries. I just can't wait to plug everything in, see what things look like, start making some decisions. was a lot of deliveries, but the lanterns that I thought were going to come haven't come, and some of the deliveries that I've only recently ordered have turned up. So we're a little bit mixed up, but it's okay. We have several varieties of lanterns that have arrived. It's a shame that the others haven't come because the electrician is coming tomorrow, and I would have liked to have made a decision just so that we can have a chat through the wiring and that kind of thing. We can look at the garden lights, which is good because I am quite particular on the look that I want for the kind of ambience level of the lighting and also the directional light and how we light up the features of the property. I will do a dedicated video, I think, on the entrance design because I think it is something that really celebrates the building, and I would like to document it, and I think you guys will all enjoy seeing it as well. We've got brassware coming from overseas and all sorts of things that I've sourced that wasn't too difficult. I've made that sound far more exotic than what it was, but I just can't wait for it all to come together and we can have a look at how things are looking. So now I'm just going to do some quick vegetable prep now that I've put the shopping away, and then I really must plough on with a good chunk of work. But it's such a beautiful evening. I just feel so good when we have, and I can feel that the nights are getting a little bit brighter, which is lovely. So on with work we go.
What are you waiting for? Oh, tummy tickles. Another hard day for the dog.
Good morning. I don't know why I'm so chirpy. There are no showers to be had today as we're having our water test done. It's now mid-morning and I'm very eager for them to arrive and get that done. I don't know if I've mentioned before that we had investigated the pipe work in the house, and there's quite a lot of things that are exposed here, so it's not too difficult a task. We did find a couple of lead pipes that are serving sort of wash hand basins in bedrooms, and we can see the logic in why those haven't been updated, and it doesn't really make a difference to us because we aren't using them. But we're still not sure if the pipe that connects the mains to the property isn't a lead-based pipe. So we're just having the lead level tested just to see if that's something that we need to do before we do anything nice in the garden, and then we have to rip it up. And also, particularly because I'm pregnant, I want to know if there's lead in the water and how safe it is to use. I'm currently drinking bottled water, which isn't something that I normally do. British water I think is perfectly fine to drink and I like it, but just plain on the safe side until we get that test done. We also have the electrician here today, which I'm quite excited about. I do have a very busy work day as well because I have some print deadlines for magazines this week, which is all very exciting, but it makes me pretty hectic and it means that I've been up nice and early and I would really like to have a shower soon. Well, it's getting pretty untidy in here, but lots of deliveries and lots to be excited about. These in particular, I think, are the best things that have arrived for the main entrance. I've done a lot of research. I know I'll be doing a dedicated video, but I thought I'll just show you some of the bits that have arrived because quite a lot will be going back now that we've had a little look. So these lights, I think a lot of people do buy from Amazon and they are great. The intensity is great. The energy efficiency rating is pretty good, and they just give a nice intensity and a nice spread of light. However, they might not be your first choice if you want to extend the cable in between the lights. And also, I think if a bulb goes, you'd have to replace the whole unit, and also keeping things like the connectors dry, I think would be a tricky thing for me. So I think those ones, although I do really like the look of them, I think aesthetically they're great. Functionality and longevity is a little bit lacking with those. These are a really similar product. They don't have the connectors between each light, which in some ways is pretty good, but you can't extend the amount of lights that you have on that circuit. And also I think you'd have the same issue of replacing the whole unit if the bulb goes. Sorry, that's not in focus, guys. Now I've been exploring having some modern-ish fittings. So we have these that have arrived, and I really like these for the lower ground floor and around the basement area. I think they would work really well, but I'm not sure about mixing the lighting systems up so much in terms of style. We also quite liked a modern fitting. We don't need the PIR on these, but these are quite discreet if you don't want a sort of fancy fitting that celebrates something, because we do have quite a lot going on in terms of features around the main entrance, or as much as I would like to have. I think the ironmongery is definitely decorative. So it might be that we strip back a little bit and we go for a modern fitting that is almost invisible in a way. However, with these, I don't think we've got the spread of light that we would need on the lower ground floor. So we would need to mix the styles up again, which I'm not 100% sure about at the moment. I almost forgot to show you the mess down here. We've got some floodlight style lights that are, because the conical lights, they did have a good look to them, but functionally and longevity wise, they're just not right, as I mentioned before. These ones are supposed to be a really good option. However, I am a little bit wary that these are going to give a wash of light and I want more a stream of light, but I'm going to look, wire the plug on and everything. Electrician might have done that for me. Normally I'd get stuck in, but I'm just, I'm not touching anything whilst I'm pregnant. I've turned into this human that I don't even recognize. And we also have another, I think this is like a 2.4 watt. So I'm not sure if it's going to have the intensity, but I thought with it being a bigger fitting, the spread might be a little bit wider. However, you do need a little bit of oomph behind it. So I'm not sure that this one is going to be as intense as I'd like it to be up the building and just give that direct illumination without it being a little bit weak. Whereas this one might be a little bit too widespread, but we'll see about that. I'm actually looking forward to it going dark tonight so I can get outside and play with all the lights. I think we're going to end up with a mixture of fittings. I think some of these might be great in terms of planter lights, and then these ones might be good against the building if the spread isn't too wide, but we'll have a look, and if these are no good, the search will continue. I just thought I'd show you all of the electrical bits that are going on at the moment. I have a table full of deliveries as well. I think there's so much mess and untidiness coming in this house, I just need to embrace it. But there's still something funny whenever I'm videoing and it's a little bit messy that I feel I need to apologise. Anyway, I've ordered a few of these because I'm doing so much video work with you guys at the moment. I am running out of memory. Also got some bits from Jules, and I ordered a couple of blazers from Very. One has got lost. I ordered 3 because my body is ever changing and I have no idea what size I am anymore, but I just really needed something that's a little bit thick and practical because it's so cold outside, but it's also quite smart, and I really like the buttons. I just thought that was really nice, so I'm looking forward to trying those on. Also got some bits from Hollister. I don't normally shop with Hollister, but I bought some bits for Darren because they had some t-shirts, and I bought him some in Orange County and brought them back from America, and they were a really good fit, and he's actually just worn them out. So I've just got him some new ones of those. I also got some soft joggers, which feel amazing. I'll try and remember to show you guys, and some bits from Jojo Mama Baby for the baby. And yeah, I'm actually expecting several more deliveries today, so there might be more to come. This pot ended up coming home with us. I 100% said that I wouldn't be buying random stuff when I haven't designed the spaces yet, but if I don't use it in this property, I'll use it when dressing another one. I just really liked it, and I thought it would just help to brighten up this space a little bit because I can get some of my British Association flowers out. I've got these in here because fresh flowers, the petals just fall off because it can get so cold. If you do want to have artificial flowers, I've never been a huge fan, but British Association flowers have absolutely changed my mind. They don't discolour, they look really good, and they do really last you. So if like me, or if you don't like fresh flowers, then these are definitely a great alternative. I've also just got these ones out, which are also British Association flowers. I picked these up at Country Baskets up in Newcastle. I've had them quite a long time actually, but I've just got them out just to make the room a little bit more homely. If you watched my video on making this temporary room, you'll know that we're just adding things in just to soften the room a little bit and just make it that little bit more cozy. And I really do love having flowers around, but like I say, they just keep falling apart. So these are a brilliant compromise. Slight change of schedule this morning. Darren has cancelled all of his meetings and I've rejigged my day, and we're off to emergency triage to see where the mischievous baby is hiding. I'm at that point in pregnancy now where if you sense a change of movement pattern, you go in and you just get checked just to see where baby's hiding. So I think it's a really good thing to do, and I think if you feel like maybe you're being a bit of a nuisance, it's good to remember that they really encourage you to get checked fit. So we're off to do that, and we've got some unexpected family time, which we weren't expecting to spend time together this morning. Ooh. So we're off to do that, and what was a very busy day has just got even busier, but priorities are priorities, so off we go. I almost forgot, we thought we'd have a coffee treat, and when I said the other day that going into the walk-in instead of the drive-through gets you a better coffee, ignore that, it was a total lie. Today it was horrendous, and the attitude of the girl on the till, she clearly doesn't know that I'm pregnant and I can duff her up without getting arrested. She was such a little horror. But anyway, she made an amazing coffee in the end, and it was very, very lovely. Don't know why she didn't do it in the first place. She put all her energy into being a little meanie, but we did get good coffee. So we now feel alive and happy again.
Spring is on its way, guys. I've just got home to these little cuties, and I swear these weren't out yesterday. I'm so excited for this garden as the warmer weather comes. But in the meantime, it's time to dig stuff up, but not these, because these are too pretty. We've just finished a wicked meeting with the mechanical engineer, but it took so long. We are absolutely starving. Always pancakes every day. Wow. Get anything done, are we?
I think I've mentioned in several videos that I've been trying to get Darren this Barbour jacket, and he's tried loads of other ones and they either don't fit properly, or they haven't been warm enough, or they haven't been the right colour. So finally, the one has arrived, so he can try that on in a minute, and I'm very excited for him because he was supposed to get this at Christmas, and yeah, it was just too difficult. So that has arrived, and I've had a few baby things arrive as well, and I need to do my pram reveal for you guys. It's all very exciting, isn't it? I need to get Eliza list, don't I? Anyway, I'll let him try that on and see what it looks like.
Good with this little end of it.
Yeah, what's
Little
that?
wind
Like
protector.
sewn in.
Yeah.
Is it round the back?
If you didn't have that, no, it's just in there. If you didn't have that, like, the wind would get through, wouldn't it? So it's a genius little design there.
Work has been so wonderfully manic. I didn't get time to test the lighting last night, so I'm just going to dig a few things out in the garden, and I think by the time I've just finished off what I'm doing and I've given the dog a little walk and run a couple of errands, it should be dark enough to test the lights. So I'll pop some footage in just to give you a sense of what we've been up to, and I'll see you in the next one.
Right, let's get started. I'm not sure if that spread's too wide, but it definitely needs to be warmer. What do you think, Earl? What do you think? Omni spread for the win. Spotlight is not bad at all. This actually looks nothing like this in real life, but just doing some planting tests with the spotlights. Oh, this is so exciting. Honestly, it just makes the place come alive.